Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So the other day I hit level 85 in Grim Dawn on my Conjurer, who is also in Hardcore on the Ultimate difficulty, which is the hardest mode you can play on. And I'm not going to say I've thoroughly completed the game, but I've probably completed about 80% of what Grim Dawn has to offer. You know, I've killed the hardest boss in the game on, well, not the hardest boss, I've killed the last boss in the game on the hardest difficulty, alongside with many other things that I've done on this character. So I figured I'd talk to you guys and explain a little bit of what Endgame has to offer in Grim Dawn. So in Grim Dawn, alongside of all the customization you have, when you get to the hardest difficulty, which would be Ultimate, well actually regardless of Ultimate or not, when you go up in difficulty, your resistances start to go down, kind of like Path of Exile or a lot of other games. As you get further on in the game, you know, you start getting hit by penalties. So when you get to Ultimate, it's pretty much time to refine your character. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So your goal is pretty much hunting legendaries. That's pretty much what Grim Dawn's endgame is. Hunting legendaries is pretty much makes your entire build. So like think of Path of Exile, how you make a build around a unique. In Grim Dawn, you would make your build around a set amount of uniques, because in Grim Dawn you can gain plus to level of gems up to plus 10, or plus the level of skills. So like if I look at my Shaman, for example, my Storm Totem is 22 out of 16, and this is obtained through things such as legendary pieces of gear, or things that just in general augment certain skills. So there's a lot of min-max to be done there with, you know, plus to all gems and etc. And then of course each piece of gear has its own individual roles, so you're trying to get the high tier roles on the legendary pieces in general. Now, some of the most efficient ways to find these pieces are by running some of the following. So one place is called Steps of Torment, and Steps of Torment, I believe, is at Smuggler's Pass, or sorry, it's Broken Hills, and you run through and you can get the Steps of Torment, and that requires a skeleton key. Another good place to farm legendaries, or uniques, I don't know what they're called in Grim Dawn. Actually, let me just look at it, it'll probably tell me. Say legendary? Legendary, alright. Another place to farm these areas are Bastion of Chaos is another place. These Bastion of Chaos and Steps of Torment are dungeons you can run in previous difficulties, which naturally will always scale monsters to higher level than you, and have a large density of monsters, alongside with elites and hero mobs, alongside with loot at the end, like bonus chests. So that's one reason why those are good to farm. Furthermore, you can also go for like the last boss. I could run you guys through a last boss fight, but it might take a little while. So instead, I'm probably just gonna highlight some content for you. Or, you know, maybe I can do a quick boss run. We'll see, just to show you guys off. Now again, as I said, Grim Dawn does have an option for hardcore, although I wouldn't say the game is really refined and made 100% for hardcore with multiplayer. With single player, it's okay. But in multiplayer, you know, since the game does have backup files, if you really wanted to be a cheesemeister, you could bring your character back. I'm not really about that life, you know. Like, I was playing with my friend and he died, and I told him, come back since we're on the last day of Grim Dawn. You know, it's understandable. But because of that reason, there's never going to be a competitive nature into Grim Dawn until that gets fixed. But the thing is that Grim Dawn can be played offline, so that's the reason why it's able to happen. But for people like myself, it doesn't really make a difference. I don't play this game competitively. I play this game purely for my own enjoyment, you know, so it doesn't really matter if something like that exists to me, personally. But I've really enjoyed myself. So for people who are asking about Grim Dawn, the game is okay in normal difficulty. It's alright. Even if you apply veteran mode, the game's not difficult. Nothing really hits you hard. When you get to elite difficulty, nothing really does any damage. Some bosses will do something. It's okay. When you get to ultimate, damage intake scales up by like 3 to 5 times. I don't know what it is, but once you get to ultimate difficulty, shit hits really hard. It does. And that's pretty cool. I know my character is extremely strong right now, so if the game does look very easy, that's partially the reason. But my character is meant to be an ultimate sustained tank. That's what my goal is. I don't do too much damage. I do like an okay amount, but I don't die on my character ever. I will probably in my last video for Grim Dawn, or one of my last videos, at least of this playthrough, you know, of this character, I'll go over like the refined full-on build for my guy, you know, what I've developed and what I've pretty much come up with as of right now. But the game has been a lot of fun. I will say, like, pros and con wise, I guess. The game actually requires you to read certain things, which is not really a turnoff to me. It goes both ways. Like, if you don't read what you're doing, you will get lost a bit on the quest line. You know, I've had a lot of people ask me, like, where are you supposed to go? Grim Dawn has tons of secrets involved with it. Like, tons. You know, whether it's crumbled walls or, you know, off-chart locations on the map. You know, things like that. It does offer quite a bit. In terms of that, like, people who like puzzles. It's not actually like a puzzle that you solve, but just in general, like, trying to hover over and figure out where everything is. So that's really cool. That's unique to me in an ARPG. It does offer set bonuses, so you have things like that for completions. You have reputation farming in the game. Now, one thing I haven't gotten to do yet, which is supposedly another big chapter of the game, is you have reputation, and there's another one which is like, instead of gaining reputation, you lose reputation. You know, as you kill certain monster types, you become hated with that faction, you know, of you know, beast, of ethereal, etc. Now, when that happens, when you get far enough into the game, you can start spawning nemesis monsters. And nemesis monsters supposedly like super pissed off PJ Salt monsters, which I haven't gotten to yet, so I don't really know how that works. But I was pretty curious to see, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to go over that. So right now we're at a pretty fucking tanky boss. And Ultimate, again, since everything scales past the maximum level, everything always becomes so tanky. Like, this guy is pretty tanky right now. But then again, I'm built more for sustain rather than single target damage, so this is obviously why. Last boss is probably gonna take me like 5-6 minutes to kill now that I think about it. Rip, want to buy my single target friend. Hashtag confirm, build does no damage. Actually, at the rate this is going, I don't think I'm actually going to get to the last boss because I don't want to make a 35-minute YouTube video. So what I'll probably do is I have some highlights brought up. Not highlights, but some clips involved of my character running some like super end content. And it's pretty cool. And I'll have, I don't have a Twitch highlight for it, but I have like the Twitch VOD, and you guys can check that out. I'll play a little bit of it as well. But so far, you know, in my time spent in Grim Dawn, I've really enjoyed it. Would I come back for a playthrough again? Definitely. I'm super stoked to see, you know, how the game develops, even though the game is, you know, going on its full release. Expansions and things like that I'm really curious to check out. And just build diversity, there's really so much to offer with the game. Alright, so let's call it for that, because I don't want to spend an hour killing the last boss. Let's go over here. I gotta respect my character for more deep since I'm solo now. I don't take anywhere near as much damage. But I figured, let me go ahead and bring up some content for you guys of some stuff that happened later on in the stream. And you can see this is Bastion of Chaos, the area I was talking about before, where I'm going like super YOLO with my buddy. So, this is kind of like what the speed farming is like. So, you guys tell me if you enjoy it. This is pretty much gonna be it. So, check it out. Hope you guys like it. Do you want to just look for elites as well, or no?
Up to you.
I mean, we're already level cap, so... I'm gonna say yeah.
I mean, it's all about how comfortable you're with tanking stuff.
Oh, it was a troll. There's nothing new about Scion, so...
You know, I just took a lot of spike damage.
That face, though. Those crystals. I think I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I need to get out. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. My second wind procced.
Oh.
That never happens. That never happens. Okay, I cannot go that balls to the wall. Ooh. was brutal. Okay, I need to chill out for a little bit. That was a little clip for all the people saying that my build is too OP and cannot die. It can, in fact, die.
Just little pulls.
It just requires, you know, like 50 monsters in a hardcore ultimate to kill me in some of the hardest level places. But that's pretty much going to be it.
I almost died there, stream. Like,
That was probably one of my closest times to
scary.
death on my character. For people who are wondering as well, just to go over a sneak preview, because I don't want to spoil too much about my build, my Mark of Divinity, if you read it, activates when health drops below 30%, heals 10% of my life and 100% damage absorption for 3 seconds, meaning I'm invulnerable for 3 seconds. But JK, because when that happens, my Avatar of Mercy procs, and when my health drops below 30% life, I heal 50%. So if we can do math, 5 plus 1 makes 6, 6 plus 3 makes 9, meaning if I drop below 30% life, I heal back up to 90% instantly, go invulnerable for 3 seconds, get 50% reduced threshold of pretty much every mechanic in the game, and then yeah, so that's pretty much how my character works. He's pretty cool, right? Anyway, that's gonna be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I gotta go out. I gotta go do my laundry and clean my bed sheets and get rid of my fapping paper right over there. But that's pretty much gonna be it. I fucking had a blast in Grim Dawn. I do want to upload, like I said, one more video going over my character build since it's been a little bit more developed. But that's pretty much gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoy Warcraft 3 week, which should be coming up next. But for now, I'm out. Have a wonderful time. Thank you so much for the support. And I love you guys in the Grim Dawn community. You're awesome. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.